everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I have got a client redesign to show you. Well, sort of a redesign. We need to take off the majority of the previous set. As you can see here, I left 2 nails just as normal without filing back down to the clear layer because what am I trying to say? Because I needed to keep those 2 nails because we're going to be doing a gel polish design over this set this time. So we're removing the ombre nails and the full glitter pinky finger, and then we're going to be going with just a normal cover pink acrylic, and then we can do a design over the top of that. So I'm just going in with my Anastasia bit now. The one that I was just using at the beginning of the video was the purple willow. It's absolutely brilliant at redesigning. That doesn't make any sense. It's brilliant for redesigns, takes off a lot of product really quickly and just makes it a whole lot quicker and easier. So I'm now using Anastasia bits. They're both from Willow Academy. I'm going in with this one to push the cuticles back and make sure that everything is nice and neat, so nothing is going to be in the way of my application. And then I'm going in with a sanding band, making sure to rough up the new area of growth, and then also the rest of the nail as well, just because I like it to be as smooth as possible before application, because if you apply acrylic onto a bumpy foundation, it could make your new acrylic also be bumpy, and then you've got more filing to do after, and blah blah blah. So I like to make sure that every step is nice and neat. And then just going in with, obviously these nails are a little bit different. I'm being really careful with these because they're super thin, because they only have that really thin clear layer, because I would have placed that down before the set that I've just done. Because this client usually does have a redesign, so that's why we always do a layer underneath. Obviously I won't with this set because they're cover colours. I didn't really need to do a clear layer with the one before, but I was using white on the free edge, so I did put a little bit more clear down just to make sure that I could get down to a clear base and not have some white left over, because if she ever wanted a clear design underneath, like on the free edge, we wouldn't be able to do that without removing and redoing. So I'm always thinking ahead. And then I think this is Obsession from CJP, and I'm just using this because that is what we used a while ago on her initial set. So obviously a while ago, obviously the set she's got on now is the one, that's what we used Obsession for, because we wanted a nice deep colour for the ombres and plain nails underneath the stamping. You can actually see the set that I've just taken off. It is on my channel from a couple of weeks ago, so definitely have a look back at that if you want to see how I did them originally. And then on these nails, we're building them up to create our structure, because obviously they don't have any because it's just a clear base at the moment. So I do a bead that will cover the free edge and get that nice, and it's thin but not too thin, obviously because of the length of the nails. We do want the structure to be there. So I usually do about 3 or 4 beads depending on how long the nail is and how well the beads are laid. Like if for some reason I need a bit more strength, I will pop another bead on, it's not an issue. And then these ones already have a lot of the strength like in the middle area of the nail, because when I have filed off the gel polish from before, I've made sure that I've made the area in the middle a little bit thinner than it was, because then we can put the apex back where it's meant to be, if that makes sense. And then I'm just making sure it all blends out and it's all nice and even. Check from every angle, which you don't see in the video because obviously it's sped up and I do pause every now and then. And then on the next one, it will be the same as the pinky, where we need to build it up again, which will also be the same on the thumb. So I'm going to leave you to watch the rest of the acrylic application, and then I will talk you through what we're going to do next. So once I've done that, I'm then going in with another sanding band. This is a 180 grit, and I am just making sure that everything is nice and smooth. If you make sure that your acrylic application is relatively smooth and done well, you won't have to file quite as much, which is fab, because filing is just the bane of my life. So sanding bands are perfect if you don't need to remove a lot of product, but obviously if you have made them a little bit lumpy bumpy because you're just starting out or you don't work very well with acrylic, it would be better for you to use a hand file or a refining e-file bit rather than a sanding band. So here we're just using Brillbird's Glamour Gel in, I think it's number 6, but I'm not 100% sure, so please don't quote me on that. I'm not sure if it actually is, but for some reason that came to mind, so maybe, I don't know. But it's a baby pink anyway, so we're placing this on the pinky because it's the lightest colour out of the 5 that we're using. We're going to be doing sort of a gradient, so each nail will get darker as we go along the hand. And I'm just applying it to the right hand corner, making sure that it's as neat as I can get it. It's not really a massive issue to get it totally straight because we are going to be stamping over the line itself, so you wouldn't really be able to see if it wasn't. I do go out of focus here because my hand is so close to the camera, but I do go back in focus again afterwards, so don't panic. And then I'm moving on to the next nail, which is going to be, let me just think, Dolly Daydream, I think this was, which is a Gel Perfection gel polish. So I'm just applying that again to the same area as I did on the pinky. We're doing that on all of them, and then afterwards, when we've placed all the colours down, we're going to be stamping over the line. There's a little hair there, so just trying to get that out of the way. So I'm just filling in this. These colours are beautifully pigmented, so one coat is plenty because they are just so good. And then once I've done that, I can move on to the next nail, which is going to be Bubblegum, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just actually have a look while I'm here because I'm sat in my nail room, but I'm sure it was. Yeah, it is. So this one is now Bubblegum. It's a nice bright pink. It's absolutely beautiful. We popped this on the middle nail because it is darker than the ring fingernail, but not as dark as the index finger is going to be. The index finger is also a Glamour Gel again. I have no idea which number. I actually don't even know whether I got the right number for the first one. I don't think I did now. I think this might be 6 that I'm about to use. Let me have a look. Oh no, the one that I'm about to use on the next nail was Glamour Gel 9, and the one that I used on the first nail was Glamour Gel 3, so it wasn't 6. It's very close to 6 actually. I'm looking at both colours now, but it wasn't 6, it was 3. So I'm just applying that with my Erin's favourite brush from her collection, which as always is linked in the description box because the brushes are fab and definitely well worth the money, and it's always nice to support another nail technician. So I'm just going in with this Glamour Gel now to do on this nail, and then on the thumb I think was Lotus from Gel Perfection, although I don't think I actually show it on the video, which is a bit annoying, but it was Lotus, which is the darkest pink of all 5 obviously. And then in a second you will see a quick snippet of me stamping, and then we'll go straight to top coat because the stamp was the same on every single nail, so there was no point recording it for all of them. But here is what it looked like. It was just like a zigzag, it's not even a zigzag, it's just like lots of little squares sort of thing. And then I'm going in with the top coat. We added a couple of crystals, just some silver ones from Glitter Planet. I don't currently have any silver ones from Sparkle Supplies yet, but when I run out of these I will. I just haven't bought any because I do still have my Glitter Planet ones from years ago because I don't use crystals that often. So I'm just applying my top coat. This is Diamond Gloss. I'm applying this over all of the nail, but not behind the crystal because I can't get there with this big bulky brush of the bottle. So once I've applied my top coat everywhere I can get it, I'm then going in with a detailer brush, but I don't show that on camera. I'm getting a detailer brush and just applying a bit of top coat behind the crystals as well, so everything is nice and shiny. And then that is it for this set. I really hope you enjoyed it. I love how they turned out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye.